We'll take one question because we're a little behind schedule. And I got a microphone you can use.
Nice talk, Nick. I think both you and Jen, referred to the need for transactional semantics in essence and taking the network from one consistent state to another.
Yes.
Are transactions always a good idea in a software-defined networking world?
That's a good question. I think, I guess even though we sort of view from the controller like things being in a consistent state, we haven't actually made the assumption that the devices are going to update in a transactional way. That may end up shooting us in the foot because we haven't made that assumption. So the controller may have a view that's not consistent with the sort of flow table entries that are in the network. That hasn't quite hurt us yet, but I could imagine a situation where because the controller is assuming this level of synchrony and the devices are not updating in a synchronous fashion, where we might get into a state that's more difficult to debug. So for example, some switches are in some funny configuration and you can't get to the configuration portal, and then how do you debug that? So I think there's probably a lot more work to be done in in debugging because we're sort of, the control model assumes one thing, but the network's doing another.
Thank you, Nick.